So
The gospel,
we have the gospel.
the gospel is not like. Where do you get the idea that the gospel is the Injil? Where do you get that idea?
That's what Injil means.
Okay, hold on. Translate Injil in English. What does Injil mean in English?
It means the good works.
And what does gospel mean?
Okay, I think you think that
okay,
what does the word
does
gospel mean?
okay, for you guys, I guess it means the good works. Yes.
All right, beautiful.
Okay. Injil is not an Arabic word. Where does it?
This Muslim apologist just claimed the gospel cannot be corrupted while simultaneously saying it's lost forever. The mental gymnastics are astounding. Watch him contradict the Quran repeatedly while trying to defend Islam's indefensible position on scripture. Drop your thoughts in the comments because this needs serious discussion. Christians, we need to be equipped for these debates. Muslims explain how this makes sense. Let's get into this train wreck of Islamic apologetics and see why their arguments collapse under basic scrutiny and logical examination.
The Injil was a revelation given to Isa, which is Jesus. The Injil is not the Bible of today. That's a simple answer. It says it's mentioned in the
Quran. What is it
Quran.
exactly then?
We don't know if it was written. It could have been compiled. It could have been. But what we do know, we no longer have the original Injil, which is why the Quran has come.
Where does the Quran say that?
Wait. You said you don't know if it's written. The Quran says in chapter 7, verse 157, it literally says that the Injil is written.
Yes, parts of the Injil were written, but the
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say parts.
Okay, does it say the whole of the Injil was given to Jesus and passed down? The Injil was not meant to be preserved the way the Quran is. Allah salam, has never said that he will.
That's 115 for this guy. Again, stop preaching
guys,
your
look. You asked me a question. I'm answering your question.
Okay, well, we're going to let the Quran respond to you.
You know what?
We're reading the Quran, dude. Take it easy.
Yeah, okay, read the Quran.
Dialogue?
Okay, but just remember, you're not an Arabic speaker, so as you pull it up.
Do you read Arabic?
Yes, I can read Arabic.
Okay, show me the Arabic translated for us. Go ahead.
And I can read Arabic. I don't understand the literal translation.
Okay, read the English for this guy. See, you're a joke, dude. You're wasting our time.
You know what I find hilarious? What I find hilarious.
No, what's hilarious is your Quran.
You're not qualified, and neither am I.
Read for us.
qualified.
Read for us. Read the verse.
Go on,
6:115.
I'll let you read it.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let's see if you're going to answer, not run. Is the Injil the word of Allah?
Yes, it is.
Is the Torah the word of Allah?
Yes, it is.
Okay, read it from.
So it says, and the word of your Lord has been fulfilled in truth and in justice. None can change his words.
If no one can change the words of Allah, and he said the Injil is the word of Allah, and he said Torah is the word of Allah, can they be changed?
No.
So the words of Allah, meaning the words of Allah in the Injil cannot be changed. The words of Allah in the Torah cannot be changed. Okay? It's like saying people can today make a fake Quran. Doesn't mean the word of Allah has been changed.
So Mo, you said that the words in the Injil and the words in the Torah
the words of Allah cannot be changed.
Okay, you said it's the word of Allah, right?
Yes, it was.
That means that the Injil couldn't have been changed, right?
The Injil of that time has not been changed. The Injil of that time.
Can you show me that verse, man?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm misreading it because he knows more than us. Where does the verse say the words of Allah at that time?
Are you understanding what I'm saying? Because I feel like you guys just.
Where does it say the words of Allah will not be changed at that time?
No. I think I'm interpreting the verse for you. It says the
Are you
words
qualified?
of Allah.
Are you qualified? Are you an alim? Yeah. Do that with your nice, beautiful teeth. Are you an alim?
Okay, hold on.
Because you just said you read Arabic, you can't translate, and we're not qualified. Are you an alim? Because I want to show you Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah, who said that your Muslim scholars use this verse to show the Torah has not been corrupted.
All right, I'll tell you something. The Torah and the Injil was not corrupted in the time of the Prophet. It was corrupted after the time.
The Prophet, wait, he said at the time of the Prophet. So the Injil and the Torah at the time Prophet was not corrupted?
Okay, I'll elaborate. Okay.
Was it corrupted or was it not corrupt time of Muhammad?
Okay, so the Injil, the word change, understand the word change, okay? Meaning the word of Allah has not been changed. Just because there are other books that were falsely created by other heretic groups and so forth.
Brother, you didn't answer my question. Let me ask it a third time. You said we got you recorded. that the Torah and the Injil were not corrupted at the time of Muhammad. Do you stand by that?
No, I said I'm going to elaborate on that. There were heretic groups within that time. I think you don't want to hear the answer, mate. Like,
you're not dealing with it directly, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll explain the answer. It's very simple, guys. It's actually not a very hard topic. The Injil at the time, as it was revealed to the prophets, all of the prophets that was revealed, they had their revelations. It wasn't changed when they were receiving their revelations. Of course, there were heretic groups, as there was in every generation.
Was it changed or not, bro?
Okay, what are you saying? Are you saying that Injil was that Injil?
Let me ask it again. Let me ask it again, Mo. Let me ask it.
Yes, go on. Oh my God.
Was the Injil changed?
Yes, it was changed by heretic groups, but not the Injil. Okay, let me answer. Not the Injil of Allah. Not the Injil of Allah.
Muhammad said his ummah is a group of ummas.
Okay, how about this? I'll make it very simple for you.
You're going to make it very simple. Go ahead.
I'll make it very simple for you. If I were to write a book right now and name it the Bible and took 80% of the Bible and just copied it right down and then changed a few things, has the Bible been changed?
So if you make your own fake book?
Yeah, if I make my own fake book.
So the actual Bible's not changed. You're not doing anything to the Bible.
Oh, but how comes? I've just changed. Has it been changed? God's word.
So this is what we're asking. Has the Injil been changed?
No, but in that example, has the Bible been changed?
I love your example. I love your example because actually that's what the Quran accuses the people of doing by relying on books that they made themselves, while the Torah and the Injil are untouched.
Yeah, he's not listening.
The gospel is untouched. So we have the gospel.
The gospel is not like. Where do you get the idea that the gospel is the Injil? Where do you get that idea?
That's what Injil means.
Okay, hold on. Translate Injil in English. What does Injil mean in English?
It means the good works.
And what does gospel mean?
Okay, I think you think that
okay, what does the word gospel mean?
Okay, for you guys, I guess it means the good works. Yes.
All right, beautiful.
Okay. Injil is not an Arabic word. Where does it come from?
First of all, I'm not a scholar, and I can only answer you questions that I have knowledge of.
So why are you wasting our time, man? Why don't you go face?
Wait. Are you looking to only speak to scholars in this chat? Or
we don't discriminate, Sam. We don't discriminate.
Yeah, but we don't want to waste time.
The thing is, we don't want to waste time either.
No,
like,
honestly,
but it's.
I've lost more brain cells in these last 5 minutes than the last week. Your Quran says the words of Allah cannot be changed. You said Allah's a liar because you said they has been changed.
No, that's what you said.
His point is that it's not that the Injil was not changed. Okay. What people have done is they've made up their own books, right? Yeah. And then made up corruptions and fabrications of what the Injil is. So the actual Injil is unchanged and uncorrupted. So wait, is that's your point, right, Mo?
Yeah.
All right, beautiful.
Now I want to ask a question because I'm not that sharp. So if the Injil is not changed, that means it still exists.
That means it still exists, and it's good.
The point I'm trying to make is that the message was corrupted, and therefore Allah sends new prophets to revert them back. And the Injil, the message of the Injil is the same as the message of the Quran, as the Torah. It has not changed. The message is always the same. It's still to obey God. It's still how to worship God. It's not the Bible. There is nothing. The Bible is the autobiography.
Nephew, this guy's gonna preach and show his very shiny teeth. You should.
You don't like the answers, mate. You don't like the answers.
He said the message in Injil is changed, right?
That's what he said. The message.
But the Injil is not changed.
The Injil is not changed, but the message.
Okay, he still didn't tell me where the Injil is.
Yeah, I didn't hear the answer.
Okay, I want to wait. Go ahead, nephew. Tell him where's the Injil then.
Yeah, so my uncle's still asking where is the Injil.
Yeah, the Injil has been lost. What do you mean? Where is the original Bible?
The Injil cannot be corrupted, cannot be changed. And he said it's lost, and that means the Injil is gone.
It's gone, yes.
Okay. So then if it's gone, then I want to know how in the world can he tell me that Allah says his words cannot be changed, can now guarantee me that he didn't lie to me, because if I don't have the Injil preserved to know that his words can't be changed, then how am I going to confirm that Allah is faithful to make sure none of his words are changed?
Well, hopefully he can answer that.
First of all, it was never preserved. The Injil, Allah has already never ever said that the Injil or the Torah would be preserved, but the Quran was mentioned in the Quran itself that Allah will preserve it. Let me just finish. If it was said that the Torah or the Injil would be preserved, you have a point. 100% you have a point. But it wasn't said to be preserved.
Can I ask my nephew? Nephew,
Yeah.
I remember when I asked him, is the Injil the word of Allah?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said yes.
And then I asked, is the Torah the word of Allah? What did he say?
He said yes.
So then when I read 6:115,
Yep.
the word of your Lord, chapter 6:115, has been fulfilled in truth and justice. None can change his words.
Not no one. Yeah.
So if the Injil is the word of Allah and none can change his words, am I stupid to assume that means the Injil cannot be changed because it's his word and none can change his words?
You might be stupid.
Okay. So if I'm stupid
for believing in Allah.
Oh, and Allah. Okay. So he just told me Allah shouldn't be trusted.
So Allah shouldn't be trusted because when he says that none can change his words, that's a lie. People can change his, actually they can change the message. The entire message of his words can be changed.
So that means that Allah miscommunicated and he knows better than Allah what he really meant to say was, and the word of your Lord has not been fulfilled because it's been perverted, it's unjust, because anyone can change his words.
Yes.
That's what it says.
That's
right?
what it should say.
So that's proof this has been changed because originally said that.
The Quran, we believe in the original Quran.
Okay.
Remember that.
That's right.
This is the corrupted version.
Right.
So
go ahead, man.
I just want to hear this. What does change mean to you guys?
To go from one state to another.
Okay, so so the example I gave you earlier, if someone were to write a Bible with 80% of the content of the Bible and change 20% of it, has the Bible been changed? Just answer that question.
All right. Now, to answer this question, how would I know that 20% of the Bible has been changed if I don't know what the original Bible is?
If it's lost, right?
See, but genius here, maybe he can answer because
maybe. So let me ask. So Mo, have you ever seen the Injil before?
No, but guess
have you ever read it?
No, but I'll give you the answer.
How do you know what it is?
No, I want to answer his question.
Yeah, well, his question, I'm simplifying it.
Yeah.
If you've never read the Injil, you've never seen the Injil, how can you tell us what it's not?
Okay, because we have the manuscripts dated back to the time of the Prophet, where we can see how the Quran was compiled, and we have a chain.
Quran or the Injil?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
But guys,
are you speaking Hashish?
What don't you guys understand? What do you guys understand?
Do you speak Hashish?
The Quran is just a reiteration of the Injil and on the Torah.
Really?
It's of the people of their time. Yes.
So wait. So when I ask you about the manuscripts or the Injil, if you've ever seen it, you start talking about the Quran for some reason. So so the Quran tells you what's in the Injil?
No, but his question was, how do I believe Allah?
No, that's not what he asked you. I'll do it again. What he asked you was, how can you tell us what the Injil is not when you've never read it, never seen it, no one has, it's gone, it's lost. So how do you know that we don't have it? How can you tell us that?
Because of the Quran.
How so? Again.
Because the Quran is the criterion. If we can verify that the Quran is the truth and that the Quran is verifiable, whatever it says in the Quran is also true.
He just said whatever the Quran says is true, right?
I wasn't expecting.
He said that, right?
That's what he said.
So when the Quran says, and the word of your Lord has been fulfilled in truth and justice, none can change his words.
That's what it says.
And the Injil is his word, so no one can change the Injil, right?
That's what it's supposed
to be. Can you tell Bright White here, Colgate, how then can the Injil be lost if none can change his words? Because he says everything in the Quran is true. So tell Colgate, Bright White, maybe he can answer that.
I feel like we're going in circles a little bit, you know.
Well, we're not. We're asking a very direct question.
I'm gonna repeat the answer, and then I want to see if he takes it right or wrong way again. Okay. So his question was, how do we know what the Injil was or what Injil wasn't? And I said, because the Quran says so. And then the following question would naturally be, why do you believe the Quran?
Mo, you already believe in the Quran. We're granting you your belief in the Quran. But what you're showing us is that you actually don't believe in the Quran. When the Quran says none can change his words, you're saying, actually the Injil can change.
No, I still agree that none can change his words, but you define change differently to us. You think change is heretic groups following their own deity.
I got you.
And then saying Allah's word has been changed.
So you said that you know what the Injil is because the Quran tells you, right?
No, I said we
That's exactly what you said. What do you mean, no?
No. When I say we know what it is, I don't mean the contents of it. What I mean is what the Injil was. It was a revelation to Jesus for the people of his time.
Okay, got you. So we know that it was a revelation to Jesus of his time. What was that, though?
You mean how it was revealed?
Well, no, not how it was revealed. What was it? Like, for example, when I ask you, what is the Quran?
Yeah,
what is it?
It's a holy book.
What? But what? It's a holy book. What? What is it? What book? If I hold you a book to your face, how do you know that what I'm holding up is the Quran or not the Quran?
It's the word of Allah.
How do you know? Again, I understand that you believe already.
Bro, the word "what" is very open. Like, what is all these
okay? So,
answers
for
answer
example,
what?
Is the Quran the Injil?
The Quran is not the Injil, no.
Okay, how if I'm holding up a Quran,
Yeah,
or I'm holding up an Injil, how would I know the difference?
how would you know the difference if you were holding up an Injil? The content of the people at the time is different.
Good. So you said that you said earlier that the
Not the
Quran,
message,
that you
not
know
the
what
message,
the Injil is
the
because the Quran
content.
tells you. So you're saying that you don't know what the contents of the Injil is?
No, we know the message of the Injil is the same, but because of the, just let me finish.
That's not what I
people of oh my God, the people of their time had different rules and regulations.
That's not what I asked, bro.
Bro, okay, shall I repeat what you asked me?
Yeah, repeat what I asked you.
Okay, you said to me, if I had the Injil right here and I had the Quran, how would I know what's the difference?
That's not what I just asked you.
Okay,
can we take a vote? How many guys send Colgate to go brush his teeth some more?
Come on, man.
You know, I don't entertain.
Can we do it?
But anyways,
guys, you should
fine,
be doing commercials. Hey, guy, I want to get you an agent. You should be doing commercials for toothpaste.
Yeah, okay. Once you're done with your question, I'd love to
So, dude, it's simple. Yeah. Does the Quran tell you what the contents of the Injil is?
Not the contents. It tells you what the Injil was.
Okay, so it tells you that it was a revelation that Jesus came with. Okay, but it doesn't tell you what that revelation exactly was. It doesn't tell you the contents. You just know the Injil was a revelation. Got it. You don't know what it exactly was, though.
No.
So again, with that, how do you know what it's not when you don't know what it is?
Firstly, I'm only going to answer questions I have answers to. Things I do not have, I'm not going to sit here and lie about things I don't know the answers to. Good. Okay, and so that doesn't mean that there's no answer. It just means that I don't have the knowledge.
We've asked
far as I know,
you, and they still don't have an answer to this, man.
Yeah, and I'm answering your question. Let me just finish. Anyways, so the whole point of the Quran is that it verifies that the Injil was, just let me finish, was a revelation to Jesus, and it also verifies that it was a revelation where to follow the one God, and it had the same commandments, and there was just other things in that time period. I don't understand what's so hard to understand.
Can you show me in the Quran where it says in the Injil it says to worship one God?
It's the first commandment.
First commandment where?
It's the first commandment of all the books, the Torah, the Injil, the Quran. The first commandment is always to show
how do you know that the first commandment in the Injil was to believe in one God when you just told me that you don't know the contents of it?
No. When I say to you we don't know the contents, that just means we don't know all the contents. We know.
You know some.
You know the story.
Okay. Look, good. So we're in the Quran, bro.
I'll answer this very easy.
We don't got to do this. Keep it simple.
Let me just finish. We know the life of
there's nothing to finish. The only thing you need to finish is answering my question, Mo. Where in the Quran does it tell you that the first commandment in the Injil is to worship one God?
Okay, I don't know where. I'll have to find it. But the point is,
I'll give you time. No, I don't want you to speak.
That's fine. As you give me time, let me just elaborate on that.
Elaborate on what you don't know?
No, let me just finish. The point I'm trying to make is that because we know the life of Isa from the Quran and from the Hadiths.
You don't. Where was he born?
That's not the point. I don't understand what your point is. The point is that you asked me a simple question. You just said to me that how do you know the contents of...
You don't know nothing about Jesus. Your Quran doesn't tell you. Where was he born?
Okay.
How about this? I'll do something easier. What language did he speak?
I'm not... Okay, first of all, well, they say he spoke Aramaic, and
who's they?
No, but the point is, okay, I feel like you're jumping like to places.
No, I'm showing you that the words that's coming out your mouth are
because I don't speak without knowledge. I only answer things.
But you literally are speaking without knowledge. You're literally doing it. You're literally speaking. I'm
answering your basic questions.
So when you say we know about Jesus from the Quran, and you can't even answer the questions, bro.
No. What are you on about?
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm on about. You just said we know things about Jesus from the Quran. It tells us. So I'm asking you basic things about Jesus, and you don't know because your Quran doesn't tell you.
No, but just because I don't know doesn't mean it doesn't say in the Quran.
No, it's not there. Show me, find it. Use the internet to find it.
That's fine. I'll find it. But why are you changing the topic to why I was asking you?
Stop saying things when you don't know. When you don't know.
Okay, that's fine. If you want me to go online and start looking, and that's fine. But I know you're not.
You was entertaining the words.
Okay, so okay. Now that you're done,
who wrote the Injil,
brother? Can I
ask some questions?
Yeah, who wrote the Injil? Who wrote it?
It's the word of God.
Who wrote it?
Revealed to Jesus.
Who wrote it?
What do you mean? Who wrote it?
Who wrote down the Injil?
The people of their time.
Who?
I don't have a name. Mate, I told you I'm not a scholar. I'm sure. Like, I don't.
Scholar,
You're
man.
asking me who wrote. Well, let me ask you who wrote.
Let me just
wrote?
land this point because I asked it for a reason.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask.
So the reason why I asked you this, bro.
No, let me ask you the same question.
Yourself,
No, I'd love to ask
don't
you the
interrupt me,
same
bro.
question.
Don't interrupt me. You yourself self-admitted here, and Sam's getting annoyed because I'm entertaining you. You admitted yourself
Who cares what Sam
that you
says?
don't know anything about the gospel except that it's a revelation. You yourself said that you don't know the contents within it. The Quran doesn't tell you the contents within it, and you yourself just admitted that you don't even know who wrote the Injil. So you don't know who wrote it. You don't know what's in it. You can't show me a commandment in it. So how in the world can you tell me what it isn't when you don't know what it is?
Okay. And
Your
the
turn.
answer to that is
Can I
because
ask you-
no, he just asked me a question.
No, he wasn't, because he's showing how stupid you are. But can I ask a question?
Yeah, no, I'm
Can
not
you
just
recommend
gonna.
me your dentist?
If it's just you two
Well, hold on, hold on.
speaking,
Can you
it's
recommend me your
mate,
dentist? Hey, Most, relax. I want to go to the dentist you go to because he did an amazing job on your teeth. Can you tell me who your dentist is?
I don't even understand.
All right.
One thing is, as Muslims, we don't believe in the portrayals and like the depictions of our prophets, you know? So
You don't believe in what?
like the visual depictions. So all of our prophets, you're not supposed to depict them in any like murals, arts, or anything like that. So I want to understand in the Christian perspective, why do you guys depict your prophets?
Why do you have paintings by Muslims where they paint Muhammad and Ali, and these are done by Muslims?
That is not the way of Islam, and
Which Islam?
and the thing is,
Which Islam?
when it
young
comes-
man? Which
the one and
Islam
only
are you
Islam,
referring to? Huh?
the one and only Islam. I'm not sure
Oh,
what
no,
you're
the
trying to go
Shias
for.
say they're the one and only Islam. They say you're fake. So which Islam, and how do you know?
Because it's part of Islam. Because
Which
as
part of
Muslims,
Islam?
if you let me get to it, you're not supposed to depict the prophets, because then you start to divert from the path of practicing and worshiping
Muhammad
God
Mus,
alone.
Muhammad Mus, you're young and you're repeating yourself. You said you want to have a discussion. Then don't repeat yourself because you ignored my question. One more time, I just told you, Muslims, and you can go to Google and put in Muslim depictions of Muhammad and the companions, and these are drawings from the medieval period. So what Islam are you talking about when there are Muslims who are depicting Muhammad and depicting the companions? What Islam? You didn't answer the question, Muhammad. So if you want to have a serious conversation, don't just
And-
keep repeating the script.
As Muslims, you're not supposed to depict the prophets because it diverts you away from God.
Okay,
Because
you
start to
repeated
worship
yourself
them.
a third time.
Because in
Right?
Islam, because you're not understanding, the idea is not getting to you.
Yes, I am. The Muslims made depictions of, can you Google it for this man, please?
Sure.
Because I repeated myself, you repeated yourself again. Please listen to what I'm saying. You go to Google, put in Muslim depictions of Muhammad.
Anything
Muslim
you search
depic-
up, you'll find it. You
Hold
you
on.
can search up Jesus is black. You can search up Jesus is Asian. You can search up anything.
That's not, you're changing
Does
the
that mean it's
subject.
true?
Put in images and see. Muslim depictions you put, right? Okay. You see the artwork? That's not Christians, that's Muslims. Guys, you see all those drawings? Those were done by Muslims. So what Islam says you can't depict Muhammad or his companions.
And that is not the case, because idol worshiping goes against what Islam.
What Islam
basically
says you
belief
can't
is,
depict.
you know?
Young man, if you're wasting my time, let me know. What Islam says that you cannot depict Muhammad and his companions, when right here, these are actual images of depictions done by Muslims, not Christians or Jews.
So if I search up Asian
By the way, you
Jesus
have-
Christ, does
Yeah.
that mean it's true? I don't understand what you're going for.
What?
Can we get a
Are
real
you
topic?
sure they can see it? Because I don't
No,
see it out there.
I showed it before.
I
was
forgive
showing.
me, sir. I'm sorry, I'm stupid because
But I-
after
I
that
did-
exchange, I lost like half my brain.
I had to do a quick.
So
though.
what Islam says you can't depict Muhammad when I just showed you actual images drawn by Muslims of Muhammad and the companions.
It's very funny because to the Muslims in the backstage, if a person's heart is covered, veiled, and they don't want to listen to the truth, that'll just be the case. Because I feel like
Yeah, That's called
I am very clear. I'm very clear and concise about what I'm saying.
All right, so how about we do this, because this
Yeah,
subject
yeah.
isn't. It's not doing anything
Okay,
for
so
us.
what
I
did you
wanna
say
know-
about idolatry? You said something about idolatry.
Because you guys as Christians, you put Jesus on the cross, you show that depiction, and in my perspective as a Muslim, it is in a way humiliating him. because you're showing him in a moment of weakness.
Okay, so what's your question?
We don't believe in.
We just disagreed on that. In fact, here, your God himself commissioned that images should be fashioned. The Ark of Moses, that's in your Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, if you want to open up chapter 2, verse 246 to 252. It says that the Ark that was given to Musa and Harun was there at the time of Saul, but in Arabic, Saul's name is Talut.
252?
Chapter 2, verses 246 all the way.
Got it.
So how come your God Allah commissioned Moses and Harun to build an image? Keep reading if you want to read it.
All right. So it says, have you not thought about the group of the children of Israel after Moses when they said to a prophet of theirs? What prophet?
Yeah, they don't know. And by the way, Saul in Arabic is Talut. I didn't know Saul was Talut, but go ahead.
Interesting. Appoint for us a king and we will fight in Allah's way. He said, would you then refrain from fighting if fighting was prescribed for you? They said, why should we not fight in Allah's way while we have been driven out of our homes and our children? But when fighting was ordered for them, they turned away, all except a few of them. And Allah is aware of the polytheists. And their prophet.
Now, that's not in the Arabic. It doesn't say so.
Right. And their prophet said to them, indeed, Allah has appointed Talut as a king over you. They said, how can he be king over us when we're better fitted than him for the kingdom? And he has not been given enough wealth. He said, verily, Allah has chosen him above you and has increased him abundantly in the knowledge and stature. Okay. Mm-hmm. Allah is sufficient and yada, yada.
Yeah, we're getting there. We just want you to see the context. Oh, boy, that sucks. So you have all the servers you use. You don't use the one I always give you, but it's all right. It's you. It's your world. I'm a squirrel.
Bethran, what you just witnessed is the intellectual bankruptcy of Islamic apologetics on full display. This debate exposes the fundamental contradiction Muslims cannot escape when discussing biblical preservation. Listen carefully to what happened here. The Muslim apologist admits the Injil is the word of Allah. He acknowledges the Torah is the word of Allah. Then he reads Quran chapter 6 verse 115, which explicitly states none can change the words of Allah. The logic is inescapable. If the Injil is Allah's word and none can change Allah's words, then the Injil cannot be corrupted. Yet Islam requires the gospel to be corrupted to justify Muhammad's existence. Watch how he squirms when confronted with this reality. He invents a distinction between the actual Injil and fake books created by heretics. But here's the fatal problem. If the real Injil still exists, unchanged somewhere, then produce it. If it's lost forever, then Allah failed to preserve his word, contradicting Quran 6:115. Either way, Islam loses. The Christian position is consistent and historically verifiable. We possess thousands of manuscripts dating back to the earliest centuries. The textual tradition is remarkably preserved. We can trace the gospel message through history with confidence. Islam offers nothing but circular reasoning and special pleading. Notice how he admits he's never read the Injil, never seen it, and doesn't know its contents. Yet he confidently declares what it is and isn't based solely on Quran assertions. This is blind faith masquerading as reason. When pressed on basic facts about Jesus from the Quran, he cannot answer where Christ was born or what language he spoke. The Quran provides almost nothing about the historical Jesus, yet Muslims claim it corrects the gospel. The desperation becomes obvious when he resorts to personal attacks rather than addressing the arguments. This is what happens when Islamic theology meets historical reality and logical consistency. The foundation crumbles. Christians, be equipped. Know your scripture. Understand these arguments. The gospel stands firm. Truth fears no questions. Islam fears everything.